Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Talking Shit Show. So this is Talking Stick Show's half cousin. And we're on for a bit of a turn today, so I'd first likely to welcome the special guest and host we have on this special show. So I'd like to welcome the incredible alchemist. We have Maty Waller. Hello, brother.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. And we have the incredible dragon Laura Massey. Hello.
Hi guys. Hi everyone.
And we have the Galactic historian Andrew Bartzis. Hello, brother.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Nikki. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, everyone.
And we have the incredible David Ellis.
Hello. Hi, guys.
And we have Joy as well joining us. Hello, Joy. Hello, Joy. Maybe not. So guys, where can we go with this Talking Shit Show? Oh, it's okay. Hi, Joy. Welcome to the show. So where can we go with this Talking Shit Show? I'm going to pass the shit stick to you, David, to start with.
Actually, I want to pass that to Andrew to get some stuff off his chest because I know you got some stuff going on. I pass the stick to Andrew, and then I will come in because my section will be a little bit long.
So there are people out there that know about a letter Bruce McDonald wrote to a whole bunch of people, and then there are those that don't. So this is our attempt to deal with something that crosses the line, and at the same time teach people out there what to do when you run across people that have the same modus operandi that we're going to reveal during this show. First thing first, I experienced personal betrayals from both of these people. And I will simply say the truths that we're about to show should settle absolutely everything that's in that letter. And anybody who actually just took the time to read that letter can realize that it's a bunch of false fabrication and storytelling. With that said, to begin with, this is a show to teach, and we are using the examples that we are teaching on right now for a specific purpose. I've had all I can stands, and I can't stands no more. You've absolutely crossed a line, and now we are going to cross a line back, and so this is our defense as peacekeepers and peacemakers, because I will not allow this to stand, nor will David, nor will anybody in this call. This is a collective a message of no more assholes. No more. All right, David.
All right. Before I start this, I just want to say a few things. First of all, that letter from Bruce, when Andrew says it's crossed the line, when you start using dead people to prosecute a vendetta against someone else, you have reached the lowest that you can possibly go. In this letter, we have been accused of being shyster businessmen. We've been accused of giving people brain cancer and killing them. We've been accused of giving dog cancer. I could not make that stuff up. Oh, there's cocaine and prostitutes. What else is there that I missed out? Is there anything else? Oh, robbing.
You're a dark priest and murderer too, David.
Yes, I'm a voodoo priest. Like in the left-hand path and black arts and stuff like that.
And a gangster fixer.
Oh, yes, and a corporate fixer person who deals in murder.
We're thieves too.
We're robbers, actually. Yeah, which is a step up from thieves because we're doing like robbery and stuff like that. Which kinds of I want to ask a few questions to the audience before we start. Okay? First question is, if we're making $2 million a year, why are we robbing people? Okay? I have questions. What did the dog do? Why did we off the dog? These are the kinds of questions. Did you guys know I'm vegan? That actually upset me because like cocaine and prostitutes are okay, but dead meat is animal. Dead animals is not, right? You see, these are the kinds of things that I ask myself. Oh, by the way, I'm not Canadian. Jesus Christ, you could get the first line of your little article right? So Bruce fancies himself an investigative journalist. I don't think that this man is very bright. He definitely is not an investigative journalist because, I mean, your first line in your article is wrong and all the way through is wrong. But what we want to do today is set the record straight. So, not paying your bills. Thank you, Simon. Don't pay our bills. Right. What we want to do today is bring receipts, right? Because you see, the last time I was here, I had to deal with this nonsense. I had to deal with it. And the funny thing about it is that I would think that they would have been smart enough to leave peace alone, be at peace. But what has happened is that these clowns went and wrote this article with a bunch of fiction in it. None of it is right. And everybody in the spiritual community who has a brain in their head could absolutely see that this is a bunch of fabrication. It's a hit piece. If you guys are spiritual people and y'all are looking for the light, I want to ask you guys this. For those of you who are watching this broadcast, does this resonate with y'all, this hit piece? Let me tell you what else is happening. These individuals took that article, the hit piece. I'm talking about Amir Jahangiri, we can mention them by name now, and Bruce McDonald. And their private messaging, every person that's on Andrew's page who's made a comment in their private messages, whether they know the person or not, they're doing these things. They're private messaging people to spread the article. Now, in this show, first of all, I am going to show exactly the lies that these men have brought to the forefront, without a doubt. We're not coming with accusations. We're not coming with any kind of accusations about they killing people or whatever else. We're not going to do that. We're going to come with real evidence, because Bruce may be an investigative journalist, but I'm actually a real investigator, a real one. Okay? And so I went and I said that there were receipts. There are two sets of people that I want to deal with in this broadcast. The first set of people is Bruce and Amir, because you're toxic AF. This is the most toxic thing I've seen in this community for years. And Andrew, if it wasn't for Andrew, I got sick of the spiritual community some years back and I dropped out. It was only meeting Andrew, and Andrew told me to get back into this game, that I am here in front of you right now. Okay? All right?
It's why we defend ourselves today. When you've crossed the line of too much and they go into extreme obsession and storytelling like this, not only do we have to set the field straight, but the next part is when because it'll come again. These guys can't let go.
No, and the reason why they're doing this is because we deplatformed them. They're not popular anymore. Go ahead, Andrew.
So this is the last thing that I'll say here is, listen to what we're bringing. We're not bringing supposition. We're not bringing full-fledged. We're bringing receipts. Okay? And there's a lot of people thanking us in the chat room and a whole bunch of other stuff. And right now, that letter is 100% hit piece. And the parts that we're going to reveal, not only is it going to take the credit out, but it's going to make you think twice about what you're reading. And the level of crazy that I had to experience, that's being focused on me, and something I have to deal on a regular basis with. Go ahead, David.
So there are two people, as I said, that we're going to be focusing on. That's Bruce and Amir Jahangiri, and also the people, those of you in the spiritual community that have an issue with Andrew Bartzis and myself. There are two reasons why people will have an issue. So they hide underneath the floorboards of the internet, and they're not brave enough to come in our direction. The last show I said to you guys, if you have an issue with any of us, come directly at me. The only person who came directly at me was Anthony Palmowski. Okay? The rest of you who are commenting on their post, liking their post, y'all dropped underneath the floorboards. Y'all poke your heads up when it is that somebody has an issue with Andrew. Let me jump on that bandwagon. Oh, no. Today y'all are going to feel very stupid. Shall we begin this treatment without further delay?
And remember this, we are turning this into a teaching. So all you out there who are going to experience this form or harsher form of internet persecution, that you have a formula of how to deal with it.
All right. Court is in session. We are prosecuting the case of everything that Bruce said against myself and Andrew. I'm going to share my screen because, you know, I have receipts. Let us begin this treatment. Does everybody see my screen? I assume
Yep.
that everybody sees my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, can you make it full screen?
Yeah, sure. So, just read along with me as we go through the evidence. The first set of evidence, this screenshot that you see here, is Bruce McDonald's first post to the people on Amir Jahangiri's page claiming that we haven't paid him royalties. Watch very carefully. I'm going to read it to you. I would like to make it known that the book I wrote with Andrew Bartzis has been stolen as well. I have not received royalties for months. All communication has stopped. The favored modality of operation of the charlatans, how are you calling us charlatans and then admitting that we're killing people and have spiritual power in your article, is to enter into a verbal contract and then at the first opportunity break that verbal contract. This is the sum total of the character of Andrew Bartzis and his partner David Dean Ellis. Andrew has been doing this cycle every year and a half. This is why his inner circle changes so often. He is not a good human being, and his ability to give spiritual advice is dubious at best. So look at the people who are liking and agreeing with this narrative. Okay, good. Let us move on. Exhibit 2. Let's go. This is Bruce McDonald's messages to me in my personal messenger. Hello, David. Are there any royalties to report on the Galactic Historian? Hi, Bruce. I'm not sure you're aware. Robert was fired and then has been diagnosed with a rather dire illness weeks after his firing. I am dealing with this at present and will revert to you shortly. Yes, I heard. Okay, when ready. This is on the 11th, the 17th of November, 2022. Please give all outstanding royalties and all future royalties to Robert and Monica until this situation is resolved. I am doing fine, more high-end tech writing than I can do in a week. On January the 11th at 4:30 p.m., he wrote, Monica received no money. Please pay me my money. Show me the earnings spreadsheet since inception of the title. If this is not resolved, I will take it to Amazon and explain the situations. And then, if that does not work, I will issue my own copy of the book under a new title and with a new introduction. It is basically my book. You know that, David. Apologies to you. I know you are just in the middle. This is what this man wrote to me. Now, let me just point out a few things to you before we continue. You see, from the time you said, please give all outstanding royalties and all future royalties to Robert and Monica until this situation is resolved, I no longer have to talk to you again. For those of you who are in the chat right now, this man surrendered his royalties to Robert's widow. Now, when I read that, I was like, hallelujah, Jesus Christ. I don't have to talk to that toxic mofo anymore. I was so happy that I don't have to talk to Bruce anymore. The only person that I need to answer to at this particular point in time is Robert Brown's wife, not Bruce.
Who and Bruce is accusing me of murdering.
Who Bruce is accusing me of murdering. So this is what he wrote to me. Exhibit number 3. Let us keep going. This is payments made to Bruce McDonald. For those of you who don't think that we paid Bruce anything, royalties are ceased. These are
zoom in a little bit.
These are payments made even before the book was published to Bruce McDonald. The way Amazon works, it pays us and we pay out the royalties, right? So based on the sales of the book, we pay out royalties. If you look at this area right here, it says that on September 26th, we didn't have royalties for Bruce, but we paid him anyway because he needed money as well. He says, rejected. He rejected our transfer to him. And I know that it is because he figured that he could build this narrative because we deplatformed Bruce and I'll let Andrew tell you why we deplatformed Bruce. Okay? But that's another time. But we're going to go through this some more. He rejected the payment on September 26, 2022. This is...
Who does that? Who does that?
Somebody that has a grouse. So let's look at the original statement before we continue. We're on Exhibit 3. I would like to make it known that the book I wrote for Andrew Bartzis has been stolen as well. I have not received royalties for months. All communication has stopped. The favored modality of operation for the characters. Listen, Bruce, you lied to these people. You lied to these people. It's right here. Are you that stupid? Are you that stupid that you lied to these people? You have a whole bunch of people sympathizing with you. Okay? Saying, oh, they swindled you and so on. You surrendered payments to Robert, first of all. And you lied to these people. When you wrote this to these people, you knew very well that this was not true. But you did it because you wanted to garner sympathy and get people with very soft minds. And all the people that are commenting underneath him who just figure that you have a grouse, you all have very soft minds because you heard one side of the story and you did not come in the direction of David or Andrew and say, yo, we heard this. Is this true? And then you would have been shown the receipts. But you all are commenting and you all are agreeing. So, Andrew, I want to take a little break here to say something to these people. There are two sets of people who are commenting on the Bruce's thing. People who are that have an issue with Andrew because they look at Andrew and he doesn't fit the the bill for the spiritual person. So they hate you out of judgment because look at you, you smoke, you're not like I keep telling you to wear a turban and some flowing white robes, but you don't do it, right? You're just living life on your own terms like you don't give a shit, okay? So these people who come from very anal backgrounds, I am a yoga practitioner, right? So in my mind, from where I came from, I grew up in a TM center. Andrew doesn't fit the bill of the spiritual person, but I know the man. Okay? I give him the benefit of the doubt. These are the first set of people. And then the other set of people who are commenting under these things are people who are jealous of the fact that we have achieved a certain level of platform and so on. And they're wondering, how could somebody so undeserving attain such level? Let me tell you how that works. It's because we spend time, effort. When you guys are sleeping, we are burning the midnight oil. Okay? I have put years onto my life to actually assist and build and stuff like that. We try to build things. All right? We don't
do collaborative efforts. Right.
Exactly. Effort. We don't sit underneath the floorboards. Okay? And then try to tear down people, cut off the heads of others just to make ourselves seem taller. All puns intended, Amir. Sorry about that. Right. Let us move on.
So real quick, people are asking if you could zoom in the screen. You can go to the description link and get the flip book and go right and see it all for yourself.
There you go. Okay? I can absolutely zoom in the screen. Rejected on September the 22nd. These are the screenshots from our Chase account. Okay? I can absolutely do that. No, we came prepared with receipts. We got to get through this. And exhibit number 4 shows payments to Robert Brown's wife. Observe. Right? This is from November after his death. Do you see those payments? They are regular and they're continuing. Okay? There are 2 exhibits. Exhibit 4 from November and exhibit 5 up to May 3rd. Robert Brown's wife has been paid. So, my man, you are just a straight liar. You are a liar. And we're calling this out on thing. We shouldn't have to do this. People should actually just say, David, I heard this. Can you spread some clarification on it? But when I said that I have receipts, I mean it, huh? Right?
And people are asking, what is wrong with Bruce?
Oh, we're about to find out what is wrong with Bruce.
About to find out.
Let me show you what is wrong with Bruce. Bruce is a hater, classical hater. So we hit this comment because we did a show against Amir Jahangiri where he claimed that I stole his webinar, Kujikiri webinar, and I debunked all of that. I debunked all of it. Right? And so he got upset because you're taking his vehicle away. And so this is what he wrote on the Galactic Historian page. I can assure you the claims made by these two charlatans. Once again, Bruce, you can't call me and Andrew a charlatan and then claim we're murdering people psychically using brain cancer. Yeah. Either we are real or we are not, but you know damn well we're real because you admitted it in your article. Okay? All right? Are completely false in short time and with proper investigative journalism. Oh my God. You call what you wrote investigative journalism? As countless people have come forward to report misdeeds and quite frankly criminal activity, the Galactic Historian and his Nubian cohort will be exposed for exactly what they are, charlatans. In case you guys are wondering what the word Nubian means, it means black. Bruce, if you want to call me the N-word, don't try to be smart about it. Okay? Because for those of you who are in the chat, if you were saying, you know, David, that guy who does UCM, you wouldn't say, you know, David, that black guy who does UCM. You just wouldn't.
Nor would you call him a Nubian consort.
Cohort, well, yeah, exactly. Right? So this is the level of toxicity that this man is coming at you guys with. But please, let us move on. Let us move on. So much to get through. This is exhibit number 7. In exhibit number 7, for those of you who can't see this, this is David Ellis's PayPal account. This is for David Ellis's PayPal account. This is my developer account for a company that I run called 1X Group. We made a charity payment to Amir Jahangiri. I made it out of my own money. You guys seeing this? I'm assuming you guys are seeing this.
Yep, you see it.
For those of you who don't understand why I would make a charity payment to Amir, is because he quit his job, as we were saying in the last broadcast. Stand by. He quit his job, as we were saying in the last broadcast, and he had no money. He was broke. He is still broke. He's doing some teaching, some substitute teacher teaching, right? And that's how he's making money, and it's not paying him enough. And we felt sorry for him because when I spoke to Amir, this man was down to eating out of a can. Okay? And this is how the Kujikiri webinar came about, because I said, let's do something to help this man immediately. A little later, I think Nicole has some shit to say because she was witness to all of this stuff. But y'all are taken in by the fact that he's always so nice and fluffy and airy and such in a good mood. And you don't know who the real man is. But today, oh my God, today is going to be one of those days that y'all get an education. Okay? So that's a charity payment that was made to Amir. And I'm calling it a charity payment because that's what it was. This next screenshot, exhibit 8, shows the second charity payment that was made to Amir, this time by Andrew Bartzis. This is Andrew Bartzis' company PayPal account. In it, you see Amir Jahangiri is receiving $235.87 GDP. We made the payment to keep his lights on. We made the payment to keep his lights on because he's saying that he doesn't have enough money to pay his heating bill. That is exhibit number 8. You guys ready? I want to pause here because we're going into dark territory now. Before I continue, you guys are watching all of this, right? Because we're doing this once to make sure that y'all understand who y'all are dealing with. Because the thing about it is that these men are so twisted and warped inside, and we're about to show what it is that they're about. On the broadcast today, I brought out not only receipts, I brought out a real person, not some fictional person with a fake name. The lady that Bruce is referencing in his article, her name is Eleanor. Eleanor is a friend of mine. I got her into spirituality because her life was all messed up. Clearly, I wasn't trying to have no affair with her and got rejected. Like, seriously, my man, there's a lot of projection in there. Okay, her life was all messed up and she had problems keeping a handle on herself. Right? Later, she met Andrew Bartzis and her life was messed up even more. She just has a problem. But Bruce contacted her and decided that he was going to try to weaponize her. Okay? Before I continue, we have a young lady who has some shit to say. Joy, could you please come on to the broadcast? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now, I said last time that this Amir was spiritually grooming a young lady. That's the young lady right there. Okay? We brought her onto the broadcast. So now it's not just a matter of me claiming anything. We have a real person, a real live person. Okay? Joy, if I'm understanding this correctly,
So hold on, David. We have a real live person versus a fabricated story in text.
Joy, if I'm not mistaken, Amir engaged you in a teacher-student relationship, correct?
Yes. So actually what happened is he was selling some bracelets on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought his bracelets. They were like these crystal little beads. And then I was really grateful because I liked the bracelets or whatever. And then he started telling me that he already saw it coming, that like he's supposed to pass down the Kujikiri to me. And I'm all delusional and shit back then. Like, I wasn't thinking clearly. And I was like, what, really? Like, I'm going through a bunch of stuff. And like, yeah, it was just crazy. Anyways.
Yeah. And so he decided that he was going to teach you Kujikiri. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. At what point in time?
Out of the goodness of his heart, supposedly.
Yeah. I even, you know what? He did like this removal thing for me. Like, I don't know, he took off a bunch of entities, he said. And I gave him like $200. Like, he didn't ask me, but I I wanted it to be like an equal exchange. So like, I know it helped him out now since I guess he's broke.
Yeah, he has been broke for a while. At what point in time did this entire situation turn more than just a teacher and student?
Well, that was after we did that. Remember we did that pre-run live call-in show?
Yes, the UCM pre-run where I did the ritual of togetherness with people. Correct.
Yeah, because I wanted a specific person. Like, what I didn't tell you guys is that like I was actually thinking of like this other like man, like, and I know that's not right or whatever, but I was thinking of this one guy that I wanted, right? And then like I saw the look on Amir's face, like how like Zoom, like you could sometimes like see people's like faces up close. Well, like I saw him, and he was just like, he just acted weird. So anyways, like after because we did we also did cord cutting on that call. I don't know if you remember.
Correct.
So like after we got off the call, I just asked him, I was all like, hey, I asked him like a personal question. Should I say it?
Yes.
Okay, so I just asked him, I was like, hey, Amir, what I asked him? Just like about the cord cutting, because when we were talking about that, like I was thinking of two people, because I told you I sent some jaguars on this one guy because I don't like thinking about him. So every time he pops into my head, I send him the jaguars. But like, we were also talking about my baby dad. So I wanted to know which cord was cut. And he just told me, he was like, he just told me, he's like, oh, do you feel anything right now? And I was like, no. It's like, oh, then they're both cut. And I was like, all right. So I just believed him. I don't know. Anyways, next question.
So at least, so here's the thing. I want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing entity removal for you. You paid him $200 for reciprocity.
Yeah.
When did he start making advances towards you? Because I already read the receipts, so I know that you didn't make advances towards him.
Yeah, I sent David 354 receipts, dude. Like it turned off my phone when I tried to send it all in one go. But anyways, that was he made advance. Oh yeah, because that's what we were talking about. Sorry. So yeah, so after the call-in show, like I just he just started saying like, oh, if what did he say? He's like, oh, if I lived over there, like, or if I was over there, I would take you out. And I just said, like, well, okay, well, hell yeah, will there be food? You know, just like thinking friends. And then like I kind of started noticing it was turning a little bit. And I kind of got like uncomfortable. And like I don't know, I don't like to make people feel bad, so I just kind of like played along, like, oh, okay. Like it was weird. You read it, David. Like I don't, I don't want to have to fucking
He
say
was
it all.
abusing. He was abusing your innocence and guiding you towards a situation where you had only one option: accept what he said, or ruin the friendship with him.
Exactly, and that's what I called David. Remember, David? No,
Yeah.
what you called me because I reached out to you, David. And
Correct.
I was just like, dude, I lost my friend. Like, if he would have just like shut the fuck up and wouldn't have told, because he told me, because it's like a lot to be honest. Like, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, what do I even say?
You don't have
It's
to
a
get it, you
lot.
don't have to get into it because that's my job. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to people to get is that this man was spiritually grooming this young lady. It's predators like this that was, listen, if you wanted to learn Kujikiri was an open thing. This is why the Kujikiri webinar is now open for anybody, right?
Mhm.
We've flipped the
Yeah.
energy on him, right? Anybody wants to learn Kujikiri, it's on the UCM private video site. Real talk. Okay? Don't go and get this man. I am going to pull. Do I have his stuff? He is charging people £500 to learn Kujikiri. Okay?
Yeah, and that's not cool because he got it for free. Like the guy who made it up, like gave it to him for free, and he's turning around and selling it for 500 pounds. That's crazy.
Yes. And for those of you who think that David, this is not a joke thing here. Okay? He's charging people £500. For those of you who are giving this man money, I want you guys to seriously consider it because I see on his thing, and I'm going to bring this interview if I can.
So real quick, David, people are asking why aren't you getting lawyers involved? Because both of them are out of country, and for us to get them out of country is virtually impossible if you know anything about law.
Okay, why aren't we getting lawyers involved? I'll explain. This is Amir's website. This is his online appointment. Look at right here. I'm going to try to Kujikiri, £500. Okay. For those of you who want to learn Kujikiri, we have the entire webinar. Shoot us a line and we'll absolutely make it available to you. Okay. There are
Everything was produced by David, not produced by anyone else. All the graphics, all the image, all the videos was produced by David.
It was. And here's the thing. In his bio right now, there's a lot of issues with his bio. Amir is a lecturer in computer interfaces and a postdoctoral whatever. He has also dedicated 30 years of his life to spiritual mastery and energetic healing. Amir's mission, remember in that 47 video, he says that the Kujikiri represents the last decade of his life. That's a
Yeah.
bunch of crap. Okay? He is the creator of his own modality, Dragon Reiki. He created this idea of Dragon Reiki. How many Reikis are there? The treatments include a unique personal combination of the following: Dragon Reiki, Reiki drum, Kujikiri, Qigong, shamanism. A lot of these things are contraindicated, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? Pranayama. Amir has never learned pranayama. I know this. I know he hasn't learned pranayama. Okay? Mental and emotional reprogramming, crystal healing, light language activation, spiritual contract revocation, spiritual counseling. My man, you do everything. Past life regression. Amir, you are not a hypnotherapist. Stop lying. I am a yoga instructor. This is my teacher dashboard. I know all the people in the Yoga Alliance and in the IYF, which is the International Federation. This is the North American organization here that you're looking at. This is my Yoga Alliance Continuing Education dashboard. I know all the people in there. Amir, you are not trained in any of those things. You are lying to these people. You are lying on your website. Okay? But getting back to Joy, I just want to say something here. I just want to say something. Young lady, I understand that you wanted to learn about metaphysics and spirituality. I am really sorry that this happened to you, and actually I have to make a personal apology because I have to make a personal apology because I platformed Amir on UCM VIP and I enabled him to do these things
Mm-hmm.
because I gave him power and I took the power away, and that's why he has a stick up his ass with regard to me. That's why Bruce McDonald, because we had a show, Andrew had a show, Adventures into Reality. This man lost his mind on the show and attacked Monty Dean.
That totally lost his mind. The only show I've ever had to edit. I added the last half hour out.
He attacked Monty Dean. So we deplatformed both of them because both of you are unstable. Y'all are nuts. So I am going to apologize to you, and I'm going to apologize to the entire spiritual community. It's my bad. Okay? I should not have put these men out there, but I did not know that these men, Amir, I should have known that this man was a predator. You cannot be taking advantage of people in this way. Okay? What have you done for the spiritual community? I can tell you what Andrew and I have done. We have years in this thing. Okay? Giving people stuff. On Andrew's website, his revocations, his intellectual property is completely free. He gave it to y'all. UCM has been giving you guys webinars and stuff throughout. Okay?
Why do we do this? Out of the goodness of our hearts, and it's a part of our business. Give you as much tools to do, and when you're ready to do something more, we have an open door for you.
The UCM VIP series was a series for if you did not know anything about spirituality and you did not have enough money to pay people like Amir £500 for Kujikiri, that you could actually learn some stuff and become proficient. We gave out tips and tricks, which pissed off Nikki a whole bunch. Nikki's still pissed off at me because of that. All right? But we tried to give things away so that people, but these two, you charging $500 for Kujikiri initiation? Are you sick? Are you dumb? Seriously. Anyway, Joy, I hope you accept my apology because it's me. And honestly, here's the other aspect of it. Here's the other aspect. Amir, when it is that she was not dealing with his shit anymore because he lied to her, and I will show you the receipts. He lied to her. Okay? Telling her things like he has properties in the UK. The receipts are there. Okay? Right? He has properties in the UK. Amir, you live in a little house. Okay? All right? You don't have properties in the UK. You're not balling anything. Okay? All right? He lied to her and told her that he was in a recording with me. He wasn't. Okay? Amir, if you were sleeping, you were sleeping. Not a problem.
Exactly. And I said that too. But, I do want to say one thing. Like, I know this is like all fresh for you guys, but like, honestly, I'm fucking over it. Like, this shit happened last year. Like, I'm just over this shit.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah. And I accept your apology, David.
Thank you so much. Let us get back to the evisceration, shall we? Joel, bring up this screen, please. Okay, so this is the second charity payment. This is a mere receipt because you see, Joy was good enough to provide me with the text message receipts. This is the exhibit. What exhibit are we on?
9.
Exhibit 9. In his receipts, this is a mere saying, I was a badass Luciferian. For those of you who don't know what a Luciferian is, please go check it out. So for those of you who are commenting on his post and Bruce's post and saying, we're with you. Yeah, you're with a Luciferian, an ex-Luciferian. I mean, it's kind of cool. It was your journey. Very true. See, you are cooler because your journey is similar. This man, not really Amir. Do you see? So he admits that he's a Luciferian. This is Exhibit 9. We're going through it quickly. Exhibit number 10. It's actually kind of hard to imagine you being evil. This is what she's saying to him. Okay? And this is what he says to her. This is his writing in the left-hand path, and it's the way to power. It's just another methods beyond good and evil. It's the application that makes the difference. Left and right, same a whole lot and share a whole lot. That's the difference between your path and mine. You went all in and learned some real shit. For me, it was just a green light to express the worst parts of me, sprinkled with some meditation and yoga here and there. And then he says, keep the wisdom, use it for your highest good and the highest good of all. Really, my man? But you accuse us, Bruce, in your article of being left-hand path practitioners. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? My man, you shouldn't own a phone. Throw your phone away. Don't text anybody else. Okay? Right, continuing. And this is his writing. And there is no other way for people like us who have a background in the left-hand path. It has to be all in. Okay? This is the kind of individual you're dealing with, but let us continue. Because he made a claim that we stole his stuff. Okay, let's find out something about Amir here. In this receipt, actually, there's an entire psychic defense on file. Just remember that I had it. You want to know what the psychic defense is? If you notice this symbol here, it is Andrew Bartzis' stuff. His revocation that he is giving away and to try to impress someone. Right? He gave away Andrew's stuff to impress someone. But you think Andrew was the only victim of this? No. Let me explain what you're looking at in this next exhibit. What exhibit are we on? We are exhibit 13. This is exhibit right here is old texts from the secret societies. For those of you who don't know, I am a chartered teacher for the secret societies. Okay, no, I do not practice the left-hand path. Go back on UCM's YouTube page, watch the entire UCM VIP series, and I dare you to find one time that David said that he's part of the left-hand path. You will find it many, many times where Amir said that he has been part of the left-hand path, but I guess you haven't let go. So this is a very old text which Amir tried to use to impress her, right? And he does not have the authority to teach these things. He does not have the authority to teach these things. He was given access to old texts and materials which he does not even understand how they operate. Amir, you're an amateur, okay? Moving right along. In this next receipt, right, this is Amir bad-mouthing Melissa Hawking Hughes. Melissa Hawking Hughes had a seminar, a healing seminar. This man attended the seminar. Can you believe that this is what this man came back and told his love interest? She is a narcissist and a sociopath, and she's robbing people blind. Oh my God, right? Because he's playing with her mind, right? I just got an email from a client who was robbed by her. The guy was pretty upset with her, with Andrew, as he is promoting her. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. This is the Amir that you know that is all lovey-dovey and one with the world. So yes, this is the space of spiritual. This is the face of spiritual warfare. This makes me mad. Total talentless phony is what he called her. No healing ability whatsoever. But more. When did you know? Just a bullshit artist. I joined the seminar and I was shocked. I'm in effing shock. The one that she just had, I know. Yes, that one. I blocked out her name. So Andrew is desperate, so he's taking a percentage of her earnings. You heard that, Andrew? You were running a scam operation, apparently. This man is disgusting. Keep it. I'm going to keep it rolling because we got receipts to get through. Does Monty?
I just want to add. You saw the text from Bruce. Now you're seeing the in-depth from this. Make the simple correlation that David's trying to help you see here.
Yeah, but no, we're going to spell it out for them. Fuck no, total fraud. He says. Does Monty know? The worst of the worst. Monty is her lapdog. right? Female lapdog, aka bitch. Monty, if you're watching this, Bruce called you a lapdog, aka bitch. Bruce and Amir called you this. I didn't. Andrew's taking a percentage. He set the whole thing up. She is clickbait. No, no, no. This gets worse. This man cannot shut up. I mean, like, for real, real. But let's continue. Hey, this is when she started to call him out. I want the viewers, all of you who are supporting Bruce, who are supporting Amir, read this here. Hey Amir, what comes after the Kalima mantra? Then we start the first 10 levers, the secret teachings. Okay, the secret teachings, my man, these are my secret teachings. They're not your secret teachings. A lot of people died to make that information available to the Western world. This is the bastion of Western esoterics. You do not have the authority to teach any of that stuff. You are not trained to teach any of that stuff. Stop trying to impress people, okay? If you were real, you wouldn't have to impress people. You feel me? You wouldn't have to try. These mantras are pretty comprehensive, and you won't need any more. These are my routine practice. Okay, right? So this is him. So she began to call him out. Exhibit 18, let us continue. We're coming to the end, guys. We have a bigger receipt book for y'all, right? This is Joy calling him out. Listen very carefully. What made you decide to break? She mistyped that. Your teacher-student professionalism. I will repeat this because I wanted to sink in. What made you decide? What made you want to break your teacher-student professionalism? You graduated, LOL. My man, how creepy are you? I am good. No, you know what? Here. You guys seeing this? What made you want to break your your teacher professionalism? You graduated, did I? Yes. Right? LOL. So she graduated. She graduated because you are the teacher. You are turning the relationship that you had with the young lady that you are spiritually teaching into a sexual/romantic relationship. And you have the gall to tell the woman that she graduated. My man, you are disgusting.
Pure narcissism.
Okay. All right. And let us move on. We only have two more. Listen to how he views spiritual power. I can't imagine that yet, but I've been working on becoming a billionaire, basically, is what she's saying. I have been working on becoming the most powerful magician to ever live. That has been my entire focus. Well, that's amazing. I have only manifested that. I never focused on money. Enough, Cade. I feel you. I suppose it was just me, and I never cared for money. I was fully satisfied with magic. If you never cared for money, why are you griping? Why are you charging people £500? Right? You never cared for money, right? You want to become the most powerful magician that ever lived. I can tell you categorically at this point in time that you have failed.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's my classic line? How's that working for you?
Yeah.
It's not working very well. And the last exhibit that I have for you guys is this is when she calls him out completely. I suppose it was just enough for me. I never get for money. I was fully satisfied with magic and the wonders of the great mystery and pushing forward with all my energy. And I have all I desire. That never changed and will not in the future. I just need to want it. And she says, and you can keep doing that. I'll never stop you. I want you to be you and what you love. I love magic too. But as a single parent, I've always wanted more for myself and my babies. I want them to have it all, everything in the world, etc. This is a mother talking to this man. Oh my God, these are the evidence. But you know what? The worst thing that has happened in this entire thing is this one right here, which actually forget about anything else. I'm going to bring this up again. What made you want to break your teacher-student professionalism? You graduated, LOL. Did I? Yes. Now, I want you all to let that sink in. This man did this.
So the break in professionalism she's talking about here is a sexual come on, David. Yes.
Correct.
Not just all of the stuff that he was talking about, an actual sexual come on.
Correct. It's all in the receipts. And I want to give you guys, I want to say something to you guys. Can we return us to the screen, because I really want to have a talk with this audience that we're talking to here. The exhibits are done. Before we continue, Nicole, you have something to say to this man?
Mm-hmm. I absolutely do. Because,
I yield.
I mean,
I yield to Nicole.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep this classy because the truth is stranger than fiction, right? When David and I eventually realized what was happening, we went back and did some reviewing. The problem was we were giving him projects to do. We were all dividing and conquering, and he was taking weeks and weeks and weeks to finish a small little project. And we couldn't figure out why. But when we matched it up with the texts from Adeline, what was going on, that's why he was focusing on priming her. It was ridiculous. And he claims to be an academic. Meanwhile, I'm lapping him in the production. So that's just ridiculous. The other part that really has me peeved is accusing my colleagues of murder. He signed on to Bruce's letter just as much. So I have a real problem with that, because it's obvious they've never been to Jersey, and they should probably stay out of Jersey, because this is just beyond delusional and ridiculous. Their jealousy just has come through. It's just unbelievable. So it's cowardly. It's manipulation. And I apologize to you, Joy, as well, because we should have caught it sooner. But we're proud of you for coming forward, because we can help other people identify with this type of manipulation. So yeah, I apologize as well, because this will never happen on our channels again, ever.
I
So that's what's gonna happen.
Hold on, I do want to say something.
Go ahead.
Because David told me to go read the article, right? Because I was like, what the fuck? Because I didn't really know what was going on. I went to read the article, and I seen on his page, he's calling this shit his spiritual Me Too. This man is crazy.
Yeah. He needs you see, this is projection, the spiritual Me Too. My man, you groomed a young lady, right? It was like, how are you calling it the spiritual Me Too? You more disgusting than anything out there. You're relating us to Epstein, a bunch of projection in that article. You are guilty of that thing.
Yeah.
And every one of you who commented underneath his post, who come out from the floorboards of the internet whenever anybody has a problem with Andrew or ourselves, knowing full well the kind of work we do in the spiritual community, y'all share in their disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all share in their disgrace.
Yep.
So I just want to add this. When I read that letter, I first of all, I knew it was coming. Okay, no doubt. After we did the last show, they knew that this was going to come. Was I shocked? Not anymore. I have been dealing with people like Amir and Bruce for a very long time, and let me tell you something. If I ever did a tell-all, it would be fucking disastrous for careers of the many people out there. But I'm not going to. But I'm also standing up to defend myself, because I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough. And there's always going to be people out there who it's baby raping lizard wizards. They always believe the worst of the worst, the doomers and gloomers. Okay? If you're on that path, that's for you. I didn't do any of this shit. This shit is completely and totally fictional. We brought receipts. We brought evidence. And the next thing here is putting it all together. This isn't going to stop. But what we're doing shows the results if they keep going. Because there are more receipts to give, and it gets worse.
Yes, we did not give all the receipts even in the receipt book, but I can guarantee you the reason why receipts are being kept it's because I assume that they will keep going. But let me explain something to you for those of you who are supporting him. We have contracted a lawyer specifically, not for them, but for you guys. So if y'all come at us with this kind of energy, this is how we will deal with it. This is how we will deal with it. We will absolutely sue you guys. Don't come at us with this kind of energy, because I have one thing that you can be absolutely sure of: we won't come at you with this kind of energy. But this toxic stuff that you guys are supporting, when you add this stuff to it, is whatever. We wanted to make this public because, you see, Bruce and Amir made the mistake, and we knew this was coming, as Andrew said, of prosecuting this in the court of public opinion. For those of you who don't understand what that means, it means that if you say shit like people's names and their companies and so on, then they can say your name back. But for those of you who are underneath the floorboards thinking that y'all could come at us with this kind of energy, please, absolutely, pick a time and a date. But the rest of y'all, and I will say it again, because I see cowards in the spiritual community, and I am going to say that because I have had enough. I've had it up to here with the cowards in the spiritual community. The only one of you who are commented on this man's page who came at me was Anthony Palmowski, and I answered him. Okay? So whether or not this man is an enemy of mine or considers himself an enemy of mine, I have respect for him. I respect Anthony because he came at me. Okay, a few other mentions. People, the lady from Australia, Jody, you came and you messaged me. This woman gives spiritual advice and writings on her website free of charge, along with the services that she offers, because she understands how the universe works in terms of energy, receiving and giving. Respect is due. Dawn from Toronto came and asked me a question. These people I respect. Those of you who are underneath the floorboards, and those of you who refuse to watch the receipt show or look at the receipt book, but y'all will read a letter against Andrew Bartzis, that will tell you who you are as an individual, because you'll see one side of the story, but you won't see the other side. Now we showed you the other side. Which one of us is more deserving of a Me Too movement? These two clowns or us? Because I can tell you one thing for sure. I keep my life clean. I don't drink alcohol. I definitely don't do drugs, right? And everybody on this panel here can testify to that. They know me for how many years. And one more thing I want to say. By the way, if we're killing people and people around us die a whole lot, you see Laura up there, she'd be gone. She'd be toast. How long have you been around here, Laura? You should have brain cancer by now. I don't know what's going on. Like, you understand?
Hey David, let me tell you something, right? That part really got to me, because I can tell you now, between Laura and I, Andrew has physically, not metaphorically, physically saved our lives at least twice each. Correct. At least twice each.
Absolutely. Yeah, he has. And I'd just like to say, all the people who are getting confused between sacred neutral and sitting on the fence. This is not the time to sit on the fence. You can be sacred neutral and still stand up as a peacemaker. Go and look up or listen to my prayer Sunday, what a peacemaker has to do. Sometimes you've got to ruffle feathers and go the extra mile to actually achieve a long-term peace. It's not sitting on the fence. That was a bit disappointing from a lot of the response I had on when I took down, Amir had posted this on Earth Nouveau and other places, and I took it down and explained why I'd taken it down, because Earth Nouveau is based on Andrew's teachings. Martina is, understands about all this as well. She's just away at the moment, but it's based on Andrew's teachings, and we can't have that up on Earth Nouveau. I'm still an admin on Earth Nouveau, and it's not a time to sit on the fence. Andrew has done so much for so many people, and so much that we don't know about as well that he's done. So it's time to actually stand up and say, we this is not appropriate. We just can't have this. Not in this community.
Yeah, I'd like to add this. Laura,
Not as
you were there.
peacemakers and peacekeepers.
Yes, Laura, you were there for every book recording. We handed Bruce a 71,000 word manuscript. He had never had anybody
Yes,
like
we
that
did.
ever do like anything that again. And it took 2 rewrites to
No,
get
he
to
was
where
blown
we're at.
away.
He never created that book
Yeah.
from himself. We started, that's all my material. He just converted it into book
Totally.
format.
Yes, and he struggled with that. He struggled because he was on a very fast spirituality path that he wasn't used to. And he did struggle with it.
Many
and
of us.
I mean, it's your words. It was your words, and then Martina did a whole load of transcribing,
Right.
a huge amount of work to transcribe it before he even got it. And many, many times we were explaining to him, helping him on his journey so he could do it. Bruce is a storyteller, and he took your work and he did a brilliant story with it.
And he refused to do any of the actual work. The amount of times that we tried to get him just to do the 6-week course, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
How can we support you guys? Thank you for that question. There are 2 things that I want to say. How can we support you guys? Could you all please share this link that we sent to you guys far and wide? If any of you in the spiritual community have any questions, if you all don't like me because I'm black, as an example, come at me directly. Don't hide underneath the floorboards of the internet. Come at me directly. David, you're too tall. Andrew, you smoke. We're going to come at us directly. Don't hide underneath the floorboards of the internet. For those of you who are out there, please take the link, share it far and wide. This man will not stop grooming young ladies. He has another young lady all messed up, thinking that it's her fault that this is happening. All of this is happening, right? I had to be speaking to that young lady, another one. This is not Joy. This is another one, all messed up. He has her mind so frigged up. It makes me so angry. Oh my God, right? Thinking that it's her fault. I had to tell her it's not her fault. It is not her fault. This man is unbelievable. I cannot handle, right, this. So if y'all want to help us spread this thing, because you see Amer is making, Amer is going to different people, pasting this, pasting that, because he has an obsession, because he's upset. Bruce is fueling him, gassing him up, right? And the rest of the little followers are underneath the floorboards of the internet trying to run out and say, we stand in solidarity with Bruce and Amer, a Luciferian. That is what I have to say where this is out. The last thing that I will say is that let me explain who's here on this broadcast to you. We have the Symmetry of Health here. We have Universal Citizen Media here. We have Two Feathers Medicine here. We have Galactic Historian here, right? We have Solutions for Yourself. Nicole is a medium. She does readings and stuff like that. We are all standing here in solidarity against the toxicity and negativity that you guys are putting out. You see, everybody with a platform who did their work, who has a business, that are actually working in this business, came together and stood against you guys, and let this go down in history. Let that book that we just put there, that link, stand as a monument to your disgrace. All right? Y'all feel me? Does everybody in this chat feel me? Because I have done speaking. For those of you who want to hide underneath the floorboards or whatever else, the day y'all come at us with this kind of manipulative, nasty energy, I am telling you, we will respond. This is not a threat. This is a promise.
This is the teaching of modern business. There are crazies out there, okay? And this is the level of crazy I've had to deal with, David's had to deal with, and it reached a point where everything is reached monumental proportions where you have to monumentally respond. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Receipts are coming for many, many, many more. I mean, at this particular point in time, I've had all I can stand. I'm not standing anymore. And this is the strength that's needed for a lot of people who have also been abused by other internet trolls that are out there. Take this as a way for how to stand up, a method for you to stand up to those that are doing this to you.
I want to say something else. If any of you out there are being harassed by because we have to also make this helpful to the spiritual community. We have to help these people. Being harassed by anyone or whatever else, come and find us,
Yeah.
okay? Because we have all different kinds of ways to break that cycle, okay? And this is an open invitation for you guys, right? We have packages, we have cease and desist letters and all sorts of stuff that we can actually give to you to assist you. Just shoot us an email, okay? And for those of you who are watching this and still, and I want to say this to the whole spiritual community because I want you all to share that link everywhere. So for those of you who are watching this and still get involved with these individuals, knowing that this man has admitted that he was a Luciferian, and the way he treated this young lady, do you know that he kicked out of our community? We gave him administrator access to the community, and he went behind our back and ejected her from the community. I had to go behind his back and ask her, what the hell? Why did you leave the community? He kicked her out. As a matter of vindictiveness, if you, after watching this broadcast, after reading those receipts, still engage and associate yourself with this man, we don't need to tell you anything. You know exactly who you are.
And it wasn't just the one girl as well, was it, David? He was actually reaching out to as many females as he possibly could via the different medias that we had.
We created a group. We created this online platform, a UCM community. In the community, we give away stuff, right? We give away stuff like legal documents for people who want to do their business and stuff like that. We had a witch group inside here from around where I live. We closed the witch group into a community called the Soul Sisters group.
It was a private room.
It was a private group of women.
Mm-hmm.
This man was lurking inside the group, sitting there creepily watching what everything's doing, creepily sending them weird messages and stuff like that. And I'm like, my man. So I said, Nicole, what are we going to do? And we downgraded him from administrator to moderator and then to regular user. And then we eventually got him out of the community because and I'm going to get ghetto here because I just have to. How thirsty do you have to be to approach every woman as a matter of brainstorming?
Right.
You have to be really hard up. It's weird.
And the minute they reject him, he disposes of them like they're just trash. Yeah, no, not cool.
Lest they let onto his ruse and his fun is spoiled.
Yeah.
Well, we've presented. And now we're going to let this sit with people, knowing full well it's going to keep trying and keep trying. But that's why we brought receipts. And we brought them hard. And there's still more to come.
Shall we call the court adjourned? Shall I hit the gong?
Yes, court adjourned.
Well, court is adjourned. For those of you who have any questions, you could just hit us up. Don't hide. Come at us.
That's right. All right, Joel, take us away.